Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you some tricks I use to make these 6-inch clamps from Harbor Freight work like a champ. Now I've read reviews with people saying that the sliding jaws are hard to move, the clutch spring is hard to engage, and the handle doesn't have a smooth action. Well, I'm going to throw one more thing in there, and that's the pad falling off the handle problem I have. And I'm going to go over how I fix all these problems, so let's get to it. Okay, I'll start off with the sliding jaw issue. Now, the reason why it's hard to move is because there is so much oil and residue on this bar, probably to keep it from rusting during transit, that it just picks up lint, dust, or just whatever it comes in contact with. So for starters, take a clean rag, I'm using an old t-shirt, and just wipe everything down. Let's get all the oil off. Yeah, you can see it right there. Well, maybe not. Just clean it off really, really well. So, my trick that I like to employ here, Barrett-Jackson Spray Carnauba Wax. I know it sounds kind of odd, but it works really well. And all you do is spray the one side, spray the other, wait a couple of seconds, and wipe it down. And just do it nice and lightly, and it'll put a nice sheen on the bar itself, and very smooth action. And that's all I do, just clean it off really well, and just use some spray car wax or whatever you have nearby, and there you have it. That's how you fix that problem. Okay, so issue number 2, the clutch spring being stiff. Actually, the clutch spring probably isn't stiff, it's the fact that it's seated at an angle. At least that's what I found out on about 95% of the clamps that I owned that had the clutch be very difficult to use. And the fix is just engage the clutch a little bit and grab a long screwdriver and just see which side of the sliding jaw the spring's hitting, and just move it over a little bit, and that should solve the problem. And it does. So that's how I fix that issue. And I also put a couple drops of oil in the front because the way the spring is made, they overlap each other, so just to give a little bit of lubrication when you go to engage it, it makes it a lot easier too. So the issue with the handle not being easy to use is, well, the same exact reason why it's hard for the sliding jaw to slide on the bar. There's so much residue left over that it just collects a lot of dirt and dust, and it makes it hard to use. So first step being, grab your towel or a rag and just clean off the threads. And there's a lot of crud and dirt on there, and go through it and do it the other way. And yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of dirt. And all I do is I add 1 drop of air tool oil on the thread, and I just work it through a few times, and the handle is really easy to use after that. So if you're having an issue with your handles being hard to use, I would give that a try, because I've actually got paint and metal shards out of this before doing it this way, so this actually works really well and it's really easy to do. Okay, the issue that I brought up. Harbor Freight includes these protective pads on their clamps, and they're not terrible, but they're not the greatest either. I really like the pad on the fixed jaw, but the one on the handle always seems to fall off. And all of my clamps are like this. None of these stay on, and I got really tired of trying to find them after I glue up. So, how I fix that? I went to Menards and I bought the pads for the Jorgensen pony clamps. These come in a pack of 8, 4 for the fixed jaw, 4 for the swivel heads. These are $2.99, and you can do 4 clamps. And all I do is swap them out, and that's pretty much it. They actually snap in pretty well There's a nice fit, and there you go. And I just engage it a little bit just to get it seated correctly, and it doesn't want to come off. So I'm really happy with that, and for me, the additional 50-cent investment is well worth it. So there you have it. This really isn't rocket science, but I wanted to share with you on how I make these clamps function a lot better, and they are a lot easier to use. If you want to see a video I did on a Harbor Freight clamp hack, click below and you can go ahead and enjoy that video. As always, thanks for watching this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. If you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and have a good one.